Welcome back, guys, here at TableforSix. And as you can see on the title, we are making tamales today. I got myself here some husk. And what we're doing is we're going to do green chili chicken tamales. And we're going to make another batch, which we call de rajas, which has cheese and jalapeno slices. I might mix them up and make one with both things. But we'll see. We'll see how much comes out. It's my first time fully making the process of the tamales. I've helped, but as far as from start to finish, this is my first time, cooking the meat, all the ingredients and whatnot. So bear with me. If you're, as I say with my other videos, if you're watching this video, it's because it was good. It came out really good. So stay tuned. I think first thing we're going to do is soak these. I got to soak these so that they become flexible and we're able to butter them up with the masa and close them up. So stay tuned. Oh, we're also going to start cooking the chicken. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is fill this up maybe about halfway with water. It's a pretty big pot. I don't know the measurements, but it really doesn't matter. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cook some chicken breast. I have about seven chicken breasts. I'm gonna cook them in here. As long as they're covered, you'll be fine. I'm gonna put in some salt and half an onion maybe, and some garlic. All right, guys. So the water's not boiling yet. It's been on high. I want to say about 7-8 minutes. It's a lot of water, so it's going to take a while to boil. But we're going to go ahead and put in our half an onion. And we're going to go ahead and put some salt. And this is regular table salt. It's about 4 or 5 tablespoons. Just wind, as long as you can wind the water there. And that's one breast. And again, these are half breast, if you want to call them half breast. It's a whole chicken breast here and cut in half. This is actually whole. This one's not cut. But that one, the first one is half. That's a whole one. So I'm gonna call each half one. So again, what I have in there is 3. I'm gonna do a total of 7. All right, and here's another one. All right, and here's another one that's full. So I'm gonna count this as 2. That's 6. And our 7th right here. So I think we're looking pretty good with water. They're all covered up. So again, we're gonna let these cook in there about 15 minutes. Once it starts boiling, after it boils, about 15 minutes, maybe 10. Again, what we're gonna do is once this is cooked, we're gonna shred it all up and we're gonna use that for the tamales. So the tamales are gonna cook for another hour and a half. Well, they're gonna steam. So about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how many we have. And so if you'll be fine cooking this chicken 15 minutes after it's boiling. All right. Okay, guys, so I do feel that we're gonna need salt in this. Like I said earlier, you can add the salt later, but I'm also missing the garlic. So what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna add some of this chicken bouillon, chicken flavor, and I'm gonna do about 3/4, maybe 3/4 to a tablespoon of it. Just because we're actually going to use this, the water, which is the chicken broth, we're going to use that and pour a little bit into the masa. Hopefully it doesn't water down on us, but we'll go from there. All right, stay tuned. Okay, guys, so while this cooks, we have to get our veggies ready. The first one we're going to work with is the potatoes. We're going to wash them, peel them, and cut them into either slices or cubes. I'm not sure yet. I'll show you in a bit. But we got to cook these. We got to cook these along with the carrots. I actually bought baby carrots. You can buy regular carrots. I just figured that these might be easier. Just cut them halfway, and they're a good size. So oh, and we're gonna cook. We're not gonna cook these. I think these should be fine steaming in with the. Well, you know what I'm gonna do with these? I'm gonna mix them up with the chicken. Because the chicken, once it's shredded, we're gonna cook the chicken with the salsa, with the green sauce. And I'm actually using green enchilada sauce. Again, I was gonna make it out of scratch with all the ingredients, but you should have seen the supermarket, guys. It was ridiculous. I couldn't go through the aisles. I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna go and get me a can of this stuff, and we'll see how it turns out. Again, if you're watching this, that's because the tamales were thumbs up, were delicious. So, you know, you'll be fine using this. All right, guys, so I want to show you what we're doing here with the jalapenos. We're cutting them in half, taking out all the seeds and the veins inside, and then we're cutting the halves into little strips like this. That's what we're doing. And then my daughter's actually helping me with the process here. She's peeling the potatoes. There she is. And we're, like I said, we're probably gonna cut these in same strips, but depending on the potato, I think strips might be too big. So maybe cubes. I don't know yet. Like I said, stay tuned for that. Most likely strips. I know I'm all over the place right now, guys, but again, remember, this is my first time doing this, so I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. But because you're watching this video, please keep watching. It's gonna be good, trust me. All right, guys, so we'll go ahead and cut it in half, and
we are gone.
I'm gonna use a spoon to take out all the seeds. And 1 or 2 seeds, not gonna kill anybody. It won't be that spicy. But what this is doing is getting rid of some of that spice. And there's the other half. Got a couple seeds in there. There you go. And then what we do is cut it in strips. Got about 4 strips, each a half. And usually you put one slice or 1 strip per tamal. These are not going to be too spicy, so I think we can do 2. And if you want some more spice, you could do 3 or 4. So at that point, you can calculate however many tamales you want to make with how many strips of jalapenos you need. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and check our chicken. It's been in here for, I want to say 10 minutes. It just started boiling. So this is what it looks like. And right before we take it out, we're going to come in here and clean all that up. We're going to take it out with the spoon, all the surface there. And yeah, it looks like maybe another 10 minutes this chicken should be done, maybe even less. We'll come back and check it in about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and lower the temperature. It's on high now, so I'm going to put it about a little over medium. So now we're going to cut the potatoes. What I did here is I cut it in half first. I do this, and then I cut it down another half to thin it out. And then I cut, oops, don't do that. You need it a little thicker than that. So maybe about 4 pieces each half. I'll show you again here. 1, 2, that's 4. Okay, so cut it in half. You get 2 halves. 1, 2, 4 pieces. Okay, if you cut them too thin, you're gonna be left with no potatoes, guys. Okay, and if you cut this thin, if you want to use these, just put 2 at a time. You'll be fine. Most likely, we'll do 1 per tamal. Okay, let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, it's 4. Okay guys, so I believe our chicken is ready. It's been in here for about 20 minutes. And it took about 10 minutes to boil, so I only left it in here for another 10. And it looks like it's ready here. So, take a look here. Yeah, it's cooked all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. It's falling apart there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them all out here. Stay tuned. What I'm gonna do now is I have most of my potatoes already peeled in here. I'm gonna put some of this broth in there, and we're gonna pre-cook the potatoes and the carrots. We're gonna start off with the potatoes because they're a little harder since we're doing baby parrots. Not baby parrots, baby carrots. What do you call those? Mini carrots? I forgot what the exact name is, but we're gonna start with the potatoes first, and then we'll throw in the carrots. But like I said, I'm gonna throw in some chicken broth in here just to get that flavor going. Not too much. I already have some water in there, and I didn't think about doing the chicken broth until after I poured the water, but it's okay. Water's not gonna hurt it. We're just gonna have to keep it on low heat. That way they don't fully cook, because then we're gonna have smashed potatoes or mashed potatoes. All right, guys. So we're gonna start this on. And again, low heat. We're gonna start off with medium just to get it going, and I'll bring it in about 5 minutes to low. Actually, we're gonna start off with just over low, right there. Okay, so here is our 7 chicken breast. They shrank a little bit, but we're gonna let it cool down a little bit just so that we can handle it. And we're gonna shred it. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and cook our veggies. I have the husk soaking. I should have done that first. I completely forgot, but I have them in a container here and soaking. When they're dry, they're gonna float. So what you want to do is put some weight on top so they're completely submerged in the water. So I have a plate there, and then I have molcajete, but I don't want to have it soaking in water, so I'm just gonna put it in a bag and put it on top, just like that. And now they're all soaking in the water. I don't know how long this takes. Like I said, that's the first time making it. I don't know if the package says how long it takes, but let me take a look. Yeah, it doesn't tell you. So I assume about half an hour or so. In the meantime, we're still cooking or semi-cooking our potatoes. We're gonna give it a few more minutes, and then we're gonna throw in the carrots. And again, I have it on low heat. All right, so potatoes been in here about 10 minutes total, and it was not boiling water. It was semi-warm water from the faucet. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw the carrots and just let them steam. I don't want to mix them because I do want to separate them so that when we start building our tamales, it's easy to grab each item. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let them steam up like that, and I'm gonna put the heat up a little bit higher. Put it up maybe medium heat, and we'll check them in 5 minutes, and I'm guessing another total of 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes from now, we should be able to take them out. All right, guys, so we have here some Monterey Jack cheese. This is 2 pounds. I believe I bought 6 pounds. I'm not gonna open all the packages until I know that I'm gonna need it. So for now, we're gonna open 2 pounds, slice this up, and then, like I said, I have 2 more packages just like this. It's California Natural Monterey Jack cheese from Joseph Farms, and we're gonna slice it. Okay, so we wanted about that much thickness. We're gonna slice it down, and then each of these slices we're gonna cut down to about 4 pieces. like that. So usually you put one of these per tamal, so you can kind of get an idea how much cheese you're gonna need. Here's another one. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue slicing. 1, 2. Right. All right, guys. So we have our masa here in this bowl, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the chicken broth in here just to give it a flavor. We don't want to put too much because then the masa is gonna be watery, and it might not cook correctly. And I don't have all the masa here. I have another batch here, and the reason for that is in case I do make it watery, I can put some more of this one and try to make it a little thicker. I believe this was about 12 pounds of masa. Let me just double check here. Actually, this is 14 pounds of masa. Okay, so we'll see how many tamales we come out with. Hopefully we have enough of everything. And so again, let's go ahead and come over here. And we're just gonna put just a little bit of this chicken broth. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit because it's been sitting in here for a while. And just like that. Just like that. I didn't put the whole spoon in there, guys. I don't want to overdo it like I mentioned. All right, so now we're gonna knead it a little bit and get our dough going. Okay, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and knead it. And really important to wash your hands. For those of you that have hairy arms, unlike me, you might want to wear some gloves. The last thing you want is hairs on your dough, on your masa. And so yeah, guys, so you're just gonna work it in, work the juice in there. Oops, squirted out at me. And I'm using a small bowl. It's pouring outside, so I don't want to go get my bigger container, which I have in another room. But we're gonna work with what we have here, and it looks like it's looking pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and work this in, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cook the green chili sauce for a little bit, and we're gonna throw in the chicken. Chicken's already cooked, so it doesn't need to cook any longer. But we need to heat up the sauce, and we need to heat up the chicken with the sauce. So first thing is we're gonna add a little oil. This is olive oil. Just cover the bottom of the pan. And the pan is already hot, so it should be ready to go. All right, guys, so our oil is hot, and we're gonna go ahead and pour the green chili sauce in here. Here's 1 can. And you want to hear that frying sound, guys. It means your oil is ready to go. And we're going to pour in 1 more. And one more time, this is El Pato sauce. Salsa verde, green chili sauce. And normally this is for enchiladas, but today we're gonna use it for tamales. Hopefully it turns out good, guys. And I'm gonna repeat it one more time. I don't wanna sound like a broken record, but if you're watching this video, keep on watching because it turned out really good. Okay, I usually don't upload any videos that I wouldn't wanna eat again. You know, food that I made that I don't wanna eat again. So believe me, guys, keep watching. I'll try to list all the ingredients in the description. If not, just go ahead and watch all the videos. The whole video. It's going to be really simple, guys. You know, we're pretty much keeping it simple this time around. So, all right, guys. So we're going to let this cook for a little bit, heat up. And I shouldn't say cook because it doesn't necessarily need to cook. It just needs to heat up and boil. And once it's boiling, we're going to throw in the chicken in there and let it come to another boil and turn it off. All right, guys, stay tuned. Okay, guys, so since I'm afraid I might not have enough juice in here, or green chili with the 2 cans. I do have one more can, but now I'm afraid that might be too much, and I don't want to open it for just a little bit of juice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw in some of that chicken broth that I saved. I have right here, and I'm gonna do 1, 2, let's do 3 spoonfuls of chicken broth. All right. And if this chili is too watery, what we can do is we can throw in some baking powder in here, and it'll thicken it up. All right, so we're just gonna wait for it to boil, and we'll come back. Okay, guys, so our chili sauce is boiling. We have our shredded chicken here that my daughter went ahead and took the liberty, shredded all the chicken breast. She did a great job. This is kind of what you want here. So we're just gonna grab it and throw it in here. Like I said, hopefully I have enough sauce. It looks like I should, but still have quite a bit of chicken in here. See how much it absorbs. We don't want our tamales too watery, so we don't want to overdo it either. So there we go. And put the rest of the chicken in here, and we're gonna give it a good stir. Okay guys, so that should be all of our chicken, so we're gonna go ahead and mix it now. And I did lower the heat a little bit, have it right over medium heat. I can bring it back up now. As long as you keep stirring it, you don't want your chicken to stick or your sauce to burn at the bottom. And I think we'll be fine with this sauce. It is a lot of chicken, but like I mentioned, you don't want it watery. So I'm actually gonna put some baking powder in here to make it, to thicken up the sauce here. All right guys, we're gonna put some baking powder. Like I said, you don't wanna put too much of this. This is about 3/4 of a tablespoon. And just watching the thickness of it. Just stir it. You're gonna hear it sizzle, and it's gonna start thickening up by itself. Yeah, we might need a little bit more baking powder. There is a lot of chicken in here and a lot of juice, but we'll see what happens. It's really hard to make tamales and record, but I do want to take this opportunity, guys, to thank you guys for watching. It's always a mission, you know, with the family of 6, and to cook, to try to record, and to edit the videos. But I do it because you know, I have a passion for this. I'm certainly no culinary student or anything like that, and you know, I just kind of, something comes to mind, I want to do it, and you know, do a little bit of research, and you go for it, guys, you know. And this is my purpose here, to show you that if I can do it, I mean, anybody can do it, pretty much, you know. I try to make it simple. I don't like to give you complicated recipes or ingredients, stuff that you can't find. So there you go, guys. As you can hear, my mouth is watering. It smells really good. So I'm gonna put a little bit more powder. Maybe the rest of the spoonful. We'll call it a spoonful. Maybe another half. I don't want to overdo it. Maybe less than half of that. Another quarter. So spoon and a quarter. See how it thickens up there. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish cooking this, or not necessarily cooking it, but stirring it and bringing it up to a boil. And we're gonna let it cool down before we start making our tamales. Today is the 23rd. We're supposed to have tamales for dinner tomorrow. However, this was a spontaneous idea. We do have other family members making tamales today for tomorrow. And this is just spontaneous. So whatever we make out of this today, you know, we'll maybe have dinner today. I don't know if I can eat tamales today and tomorrow, but maybe we'll try one. And the rest will probably be for leftovers, for lunch, give it to the neighbors, and so on. So we'll see what comes out of it, guys. In the meantime, I'm gonna mention one more time, keep watching, because if you're watching it was good. All right, guys, we're gonna let it come to a boil. So our chicken is boiling now, and I had a little taste, and it tastes really good, guys. So little secret, I did end up putting another about half a tablespoon of baking powder, just because you know, I needed it a little bit thicker. It probably needs more, but I don't want to jeopardize the flavor, guys, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's fine. Nothing is gonna happen. You can add the baking powder now once it's boiling. Nothing happens if you want to add more, but I think we're good. Even if you don't add the extra, you know, the other half a tablespoon, I think you'll be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this off, let it cool down just a bit before we put it onto the tamales. All right, guys, so we're almost ready to start building our tamales. I have the pot here. It's a pretty good sized pot. And I filled it up with water up to the rim there where the grate sits. Let me show you the grate. This one here. Hopefully we don't got no water sneaking through now. We're perfectly fine. And I think this is enough water to steam the tamales for a good hour and a half to 2 hours. I think we're gonna need 2 hours. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of tamales, but I don't know. We're only gonna go as far as our ingredients last. So if you know, so we'll see. So anyways, stay tuned and we'll start. We'll see you in the assembly line. All right, guys, just want to show you my assembly line. Got my daughters, my son helping, and this is what we got. Got the masa, got the chicken, jalapeno, cheese, some peas, and we're about to fold these up and put them in here. We have a few in here already, and I'll show you how to stack them up right now. Let me fold these up and we'll go right at it. All right, guys, so this is what we have so far. I just went around the perimeter, and I'm gonna finish off here. Finish stacking them up here, make them tight, and then go inside and kind of work our way up if we have to. I don't know how many we're gonna get, but looks like we have a ways to go with the masa. So, all right, guys, we'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, so I forgot to videotape right before I put we finished all the tamales. We actually filled this pot up. It's about, you know, full of tamales in here. I just completely forgot I was making a video, and we filled them up. The water was already in there. We threw them on the stove, and they've only been on here for about 5 minutes. So I just want to show you what I did here. I put this heavy. This is a molcajete for salsa. This is pretty heavy, so I put it up here so to prevent any steam from coming out. That usually works pretty good. So I have a timer for about an hour, 40 minutes. I assume it's going to take maybe close to 2 hours because, like I said, it's pretty filled up. Hopefully it doesn't dry out on me, but hey, we'll see what happens, guys. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so the tamales have been in here for 2 hours. I've checked them at an hour and a half, and the veggies still look like they need a little more steam. The masa was cooked, so I left them in here right under 2 hours. And like I said, there was quite a bit. My family's already eating, by the way. We took some out. They were hungry. But check this out. We already took quite a few of them out. But they're ready, guys. They're ready to go. And I actually have one over here Look at this, guys. Check it out. Chicken. You got some cheese, you got the veggies, you got the jalapeno. Oh man, doesn't get any better than that, guys. And like I said, my family's already eating, and they actually told me it's the best tamales they've ever had. I hope they're not lying to me, but let me see. I'll try them out. Oh man. Wow, guys. Like I've mentioned throughout this video, if you're watching this, because you got to try this. Okay? This is amazing, guys. This is really good. Really, really excited. I mean, it's my first time making tamales, and they come out really good. And like I mentioned also, it's a simple recipe, nothing crazy. Stuff you can just go and buy at any market. And good luck. Let me know how it turns out for you guys. If you guys try this. And if you give it a little twist with your own recipe, let me know in the comments. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Bye-bye.